Miss Marco.
My name is going to be Marco.
Good morning, Marco. Welcome to the program. And of course, I've got...
Hi, my name is Albert Confidence, and I'm happy to be here.
Morning, Confidence. How are you doing?
Good morning, fine, thank you.
Are you happy to be here?
I'm so excited to be here once again.
All right, let's just get right to it immediately. So, feminism, I'm just going to allow you guys to do justice to this topic because a lot of misconception about feminism, what it is and what it is not. It's beginning to look, in our generation, it's beginning to look like it's some form of hatred for men. It's some sort of, women just feel like women use that excuse to say the vilest things about men and all of that. So I'll start with you, Ms. Marco. What is feminism? What really is feminism, what it is about?
Thank you. Feminism, they say, is the social political movement that talks on gender equality.
Yeah.
So when they say gender equality, it means giving women opportunities to stand, to actually live their dreams, to do what they want to do in life, to actually get to that opportunity, that place you are doing, that thing you're doing to actually get there. Give them the same opportunity you have. Don't look down on them. Give them an opportunity to make decisions on their own and not being judged by it. That's what feminism is all about. It's about equality, both in sex, school, workplaces, in different places. That's what feminism is all about.
So basically, you are saying that feminism is equality for both men and women.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you shortly. But Ms. Confidence, do you have a different opinion or you share the same sentiments?
I'll just add to what she's saying. You see, feminism is really broad, and the truth is, you just can't get a definite definition of feminism. Now, the dictionary defines feminism, just like she said, as a social, political, and cultural movement that advocates for the rights and equality of women in the society. Now, feminism tends to address the issues concerning inequality when it comes to do with women. And the truth is, there is no one person that actually founded what feminism is all about. There has been a lot of people who have stood up to talk about feminism. It keeps evolving over time. Feminism started, not like it started, I think it has evolved throughout a lot of generations that many individuals has actually come to say one or two things about feminism. Now see the contributions of, take for instance, Sojourner Truth. That was a lady born in, I think, from 1851 or so. Now look at Mary Wollstonecraft, who was born in, I think, 1759 to 1792. Then you also look at the case of Sojourner B. Anthony. There are so many persons who has actually come to say a lot of things and done so much about feminism. Understand? Now, another thing about this feminism is a lot of persons think feminism in several ways. Historically, feminism has actually moved. Like there's a first wave of feminism. That was in, which year was that? Feminism in the 19th to 20th century. That was the fight for women's rights to vote. There was feminism. The second wave of feminism happened in 1960 to 1980, addressing a broader issue concerning women, like the discrimination between men and women. And then the third wave of feminism is 1960 to present, and feminism is still ongoing up till now. And if you check, so many people who has actually stood to claim that they are feminists, who have fought about this feminism, laid claims in different aspects of their own understanding of whatever it is they feel they want as a woman. Many of them, at the end of the day, you just tend to understand that there are still so many misconceptions about the feminism. There are still a lot of negative conceptions about the feminism.
I feel like the generation of feminists and feminism fighters you mentioned, those were the true feminists. What we have today is a bandwagon of self-acclaimed feminists who just take the opportunity to say the vilest things about men. But before I come back to address what you just said, I want to ask Mark a quick question. You made mention of, you said it's basically advocating for equality between men and women. Now I want to ask you, do you think that men and women can be truly equal?
Yes.
How so?
Okay. Getting to that name, you say equality.
Mm.
When you hear that name equality, what comes to your mind? Being equal.
50-50.
50-50.
Mm.
Women and men can actually be equal in a society, from my view. From education, workplaces, economically, and different places. Men and women can be equal. And that's the key factor for this movement in feminism. Okay, I'll be giving this example. Anyway, there's this movie that came out, we say, and that movie was talking about a girl that finished school. And when she finished school, she had a very good result. And when it was time to look for a job, she went job hunting. And anywhere she came to, any office or any department she came to, she was fit for the job. But at the end of the day, she was rejected. Why? She's not a woman. She's not a man, sorry.
Another thing you need to check the context in that time, which industry she was applying to.
No, calm down.
Because I'm gonna come back to you. You do not expect a woman to go to a construction industry where the job requirement is physical. And you expect her to get the job over a man, even though she's as qualified. Because it requires. All right.
I'm still talking.
Sorry.
Okay. Not just one place. You don't have to go, this sales girl job. So when she looked for jobs in different places and couldn't get a job as a girl, she had to go to reduce herself to a lower rank, yes. And went for this sales girl work. But then she was rejected. They say they needed a man. That what is a woman doing? Why would a woman look for a job? And I'm getting
it. Is this like this example you just gave? Is this something that happened recently, 21st century?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a movie. I'm using that example.
Which year is this movie set in?
This year.
They were trying to portray something that happened in the past.
They were trying to portray something.
All right, I get it now. I get it.
So she did not find that job. And the only thing she had to do at that moment was to disguise herself as a man. And after the disguise, she got a job immediately. So I'm trying to see, are you seeing that's when the intersectionality comes in? How in different places where women are seen to undergo different types of gender inequality. Okay, now. So you asked me a question, if
men and
gender equality can be equal. Yes, it's 100% equal, right. Because I feel like you have this opportunity to be a CEO, you get. Why are you looking down on me? I can do it. Yes. All I need is just give me that opportunity. Don't look down on me.
Yeah.
We can actually do what you can do. Give us that opportunities. We also have dreams to live.
Yeah.
We have things.
Which is valid.
Yeah. You have your dreams. You have things you want to do with your life. You have many things to do. Same with women. We also have things upset. We want to women also have planned, they have planned out their life in a way they want it to be. So not looking at all, looking down on us, instead support us. That is feminism. We need your support, support us.
Support.
Yes.
This is where I think you guys we should be thinking more in the line of equity rather than equality.
I still go with equality.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, why?
You see, there are women are some of the most smartest people to ever exist on the planet. Very smart people. I keep them there. But when you think of equality in the real sense of the word, I don't think they can truly be equal.
Why?
Biologically, you've been conditioned to be so, which is no fault of yours, but you've been conditioned to be so.
How?
Explain. That is why.
Explain.
In a workplace, there's an opportunity to employ a man and I'm not saying that this is the reason why some women are. No. So you employ a man and a woman. A man is available for 30 days in a month at his full capacity. A woman, there are days, just like I'm just going to make allusions to what you said yesterday, maybe a few days, 3-5 days in a month where she's on her menstrual flow. Productivity is reduced. I'm not saying this is any fault of yours, but you have been conditioned to be so. Productivity is low in that period. There comes ovulation, there comes pregnancy. All of these days you're missing out. All of these days you're missing out on the workplace. It is no fault of yours. So that is why I'm saying instead of equality,
Why not equity?
Why not?
You want to say something, Miss Marco?
Go first.
They want to finish me. I feel it.
Okay, now you see there, Mr. Emmanuel, that was a nice one. But before I come back to what you just said, hold on. You see, when you talk about, you asked the question, can men and women be truly equal? And Miss Marco had answered.
Yeah.
My answer to that, forgive me, ladies, whoever is watching, but the truth, biologically, men and women cannot be truly equal. No, listen, I'm not trying to, I'm not supporting you here. Men and women cannot be truly equal biologically.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, I'm very sure in the Quran, in the Bible, there's a place where it's written that a man was created first, and then a woman was taken out of a man's rib for a proper creation. And then God said, let the woman be the helper, while the man be the head. And for the head and the helper, I understand there is no equality there when it comes to that. But coming from what Miss Marco said, men and women would actually be equal. In our 21st century, in the 21st century, in a recent world, just like you said, if a lady is working in same office as a man, there are days when the woman is not in her full. Okay, we have 30 days in a week, and that 30 days, a man is always there. And then a woman, in that 30 days, she has 4 days off, few days of ovulation, other days of menstrual cycle,
there's even
pregnancy, and all of that.
Yeah.
It's a very big lie.
Yeah.
I'm a working class lady. I work from 1st to 31st. I work every day of my life, as long as I want to earn, as long as I want to put food on my table, because now it seems like I need to do that.
Yeah.
And those days, I don't think any boss, any hiring manager out there would give an off for menstrual cramp. I've never heard of it before. Do you understand? I'm trying to argue what you just said.
How about for pregnancy?
Even for pregnancy, do you know that now, these days, you work from home, and that is why they have like remote jobs. You could actually be very effective even from your houses. So that is not even a thing. And there is no kind of job that gives women a certain level of how do I explain it? That gives women that leverage, because you are a woman. If you are employed to do these tasks, you are a journalist. Sorry, hold on, I'm coming. If you're employed to do that task, your employment letter doesn't state you have off days on your ovulation or your menstrual cycle periods, and you don't even get that perks. The only time they give a woman off when she's on leave is when she's nursing a baby. And that is like, it's general. So if you are feeling that men and women cannot be equal because she has to at some point nurse a baby, because now being on her ovulation cycle or menstrual cycle is off it, and you feel that 1 month to go nurse a baby, 2 weeks to go nurse a baby is like reducing the effectiveness of whatever it is you produce at the company, then that is wrong. And that is why feminists out there will keep crying for equality. And now you see there are so many ladies out there. I don't want to say it is wrong. Maybe it is what they feel like doing. There are so many ladies out there. Maybe this same thing you said has a way it has affected them, and they really want to be 100% productive, so that you could actually see that they are capable of doing anything you can do as a man. They refuse to give birth until when they are done working.
They refuse to give birth until when they are retiring.
They say they don't want a baby.
This is why I say this still like agrees with what I say.
No, it doesn't agree.
Men wouldn't have to stop all producing babies or that. That's why I said you've been biologically conditioned.
Understand? So you want to tell me that in your you don't get sick leave as a man. You never fall sick as a man.
I mean, that's like normal.
That's normal. But like giving birth is not normal.
No. Listen here. I said biologically you've been conditioned.
Biologically, I have been conditioned to have a 2 weeks or 1 week off break when I'm nursing a baby.
When you're nursing a baby, yeah.
2 to 4 weeks.
My point is that men do not get the same. Men are 100% in the office.
Emmanuel, you're very wrong. You're not 100% in the office. You're 100% in the office. You will not be standing. You are not 100% in the office.
This is
Because
actually
aside from the biological reasons why you say women cannot be as active as men, you as a man, there are times when you fall sick and you're being given a sick leave. You cannot say you're 100% steady in the office. That is not true.
I'm gonna give you a.
this is actually
I'm gonna
very
say-
far from what we are talking about.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You guys,
Very far.
It's not far.
It's very
No,
far from
you guys are debunking some of the misconceptions, right? So maybe it could be like we are still in line. But I'm gonna tell you something. In the workplace, there are several industries: hospitality industry, media industry, construction industry, engineering, all of those things. Why do you think there are more men in engineering and construction?
Okay, now I was gonna still come to that.
You were gonna come to
You know,
that.
I
Why?
started
Yeah.
men and women. Me, I don't believe that men and women can truly be equal.
Okay.
Now, this is where I'm coming from. When I say that, Miss Marco, please pardon me. You see, she made mention of a movie she saw, and then the lady wasn't given like a certain role because they needed a man. It still happens, aside from being like they tried to portray something that happened in the past, it still happens now. Now, just like Mr. Emmanuel, you had said earlier, there are certain kind of jobs. Me as a lady, I would not want to do it. That is not because I don't want to, I can't do it, but because I would not want to do it.
Or you
In the
wouldn't be able to do it.
engineering, yes, in the engineering department, in the construction industry,
Yeah.
we have more men there because most of their jobs there are physical.
That is
Most,
why
yes,
again,
wait, let me finish.
biologically
Let me finish now.
conditioned.
That same engineering department or the construction industry, you have a lot of women who are still there.
Okay,
That
what's
doesn't
the
mean they're not
ratio?
physical
What's the
engineers.
ratio? That's no, I'm not saying that. But what's the ratio of men and women to women in the engineering and construction industries?
I think
Why
now,
do you think we have more men in those more physical industries than women?
I think now it's a matter
because
of
men are
choice.
biologically stronger.
No.
And these industries require physical strength. And there is no way a man and a woman will be able to perform in the same capacity in this industry.
Right, but that is not the reason.
What is the reason?
You also ask yourself, why do construction companies employ women now if they feel they are not capable? Have you asked yourself?
We have to deal with that, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Don't worry. I'm gonna women to men in the construction industry.
Getting where I'm coming from, Mr. Emmanuel.
They are not employed. The women.
I'm not trying to doubt what you say.
Okay.
You're very right.
Okay.
You are very right. But your reason for women being
in the construction,
men being more in the construction industry than women is because you feel the women are not capable, or maybe you feel they don't want women there. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. Why do
women selectively avoid roles like this?
Why do they?
Because selectively avoid roles like this. Since you said it's a matter of just why do they selectively?
Don't use women.
Okay,
some in the construction industry now.
The ratio of men to women in the construction industry is like 80 to 20, right? 80% men, 20% women. So what I'm saying is there are a lot more. The number of men to women in this industry is like triple of the women. Or you know what I'm saying? Why do women actively avoid roles like this?
Wait, let me answer that.
Okay.
I think you're misinterpreting what I said earlier.
Okay.
I said when I said they can actually be, you asked me if men and women can actually be equal in a society. And when I said yes,
I said equity. We should advocate for equity. You didn't ask me why I said equity.
Right.
I said equity, fairness. So if that is why we have quotas these days. You see some jobs, they say, are you a man? What's your gender? This is so during the employment, you can have a percentage of men, a percentage of women, even though there are women who are qualified or not.
I have a question.
You just have to give this number for this one, give this number, just to make everything fair.
So let me finish with what I was saying. So,
all right,
okay.
Finish up.
So when I said yes to it, I meant that women can actually stand up for themselves, regardless of their gender, maybe their roles, their backgrounds, and all that. When I say they need to be, like, they can be equal, when I say that yes was, we are not blacklisting men. We are not rubbing shoulders with them.
Okay.
We just want you guys to give us opportunity and see what we can do.
That's where equity comes in.
I think it's more of equality.
It's more of equity. You're getting it wrong. I have a question, Mr. Emmanuel.
Yeah.
My question is, you see, you speaking about the construction company, right? Like, like, I want to understand your facts there. Is it that you feel the women cannot be in the construction industry? Or like,
I'm not saying, I know very fantastic female civil engineers, but still there are a lot more men because there's a lot of risks.
I
There's a
understand.
lot of danger.
No, I
There's a lot
understand,
of
but
strength needed in this industry. And women have been, women, what did I say?
You said there are lots of women in the civil engineering. You've not finished.
There are a lot of women in.
What are they doing there? I want to know what they do there.
Of course, there are roles, but the more physical roles in these industries are being given to men for obvious reasons. Physical strength, they have that. And it's no fault of women that have been biologically conditioned to be the gender with that doesn't have strength like that. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
That's
So
amazing.
no, it's not offensive. It is what it is, and we should just accept it. It has to be so. It's so. It doesn't mean that women are not capable of doing more intellectual work. Women are some of the smartest people. But when it comes to certain industries, just leave it for men.
Certain industries, just like the construction industry, which women are also fully involved.
Which a very minute and tiny percentage of women are involved.
But women are also involved.
In your engineering, when you were in school, did you see your engineering?
Yes,
department?
I did.
What's the ratio of men to women in this department?
I wouldn't say because I wasn't there, but there were lots of women who were in the engineering department. You're taking this argument elsewhere, Mr. Emmanuel. If you understand, if that's, I don't know, if I understand the question you asked initially, is what are the misconceptions of feminism, right? Now, I'm actually not here to argue what women does and what men does, who does it more and who is
You guys are
wherever.
just diverting the whole stuff to somewhere else.
Sorry. Something led to that.
Okay, what led to that?
I'm just gonna leave you guys to like debunk the myths, the misconceptions about it, because when I feel end up beats me for it.
To that. We won't do that.
So a lot of people say feminism is anti-men. Just a propaganda against men. I mean, Marco.
Okay.
Is this true?
It's not true.
You're not fighting men.
We are not fighting men. For me, and then for some women, feminism is all about, okay, let me just use the word equity. I concur to that now, because we're just like...
Finally, I agree on something.
Yeah. Okay. For me, feminism is about equity.
Yeah.
Okay. You be in a situation whereby you're the CEO and all that. Okay. For an example, you're married.
Yeah.
You're a CEO. Damn. You come back at home to meet your wife, and then you feel like everything she has to do is just to be at home, be the housewife when you go out and work for your family. Okay. So that's when that equity comes in. We are not rubbing shoulders with you. No.
Just want to be given a chance.
We just want to be given a chance. We want to be able to make decisions and not being judged by it. Like, want to be able to show us the way that will lead to success. So we want to stand tall. Like, there are actually opportunities we can be there. Like, put us in opportunities that we can do better. We want to show you what we can do. We can actually do something that is better than what you think we can do. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
It's not about rubbing shoulders with men. We're not blacklisting you guys.
Yeah.
We just want to be heard also, want to be seen. We also want to like go places, we have dreams.
Of course, very valid dreams.
We don't want to kill our dream because maybe we got married, people around us, or maybe the society, what they think, or maybe the culture and all that. So I feel like this movement is about equity. Hearing us. Seeing us, giving us opportunity, like helping us, holding that ladder of success for us to like climb up. So it's not about blacklisting men, because I know some women actually think that once they make money, they don't need a man. Like they can actually like talk anyhow, they can be the woman, they can be the boss, they don't need a man. Yeah. That's when that thing they call career women comes in. Because they're actually women that take their career work upstairs. They can prioritize it more than their family.
If you can balance the two, why not?
There are some people that cannot balance it. They will feel like they want to be the boss on their own. They don't need a man. That's not what we are here for. That's not what feminism is all about. Because some women actually think that feminism is about blacklisting men. Feminism is actually equity. We're asking to be seen. We want that opportunity you're exploring. Show us the road to success, and all that. That's what I think feminism is all about. We are not rubbing shoulders with you guys. We just want to be given opportunities to explore.
So, thank you very much. We don't agree. So, confidence, yeah.
Yes, please.
Do you think so far so good? Do you think that feminism is achieving some of the goals it was originally meant to achieve? The fight.
Now, like I said earlier, feminism has evolved over time. It has evolved over time. And so many persons have several perceptions about feminism. But one thing that has actually remained unchangeable is the fight for feminism is the fight for equal rights. Equal rights. That has been the fight for feminism. Feminism is not fighting for just equity. It's also fighting for equal rights. Now, when it comes to our 21st century, I would say that so much has been achieved when it comes to the fight for the rights of women in the society. Now, just like you said earlier, when it comes to construction industries now, you see women who are there. It wasn't so before. When it comes to voting, women now vote. It wasn't so before. When it comes to education, just like my mom told me a story. My mom said, while she was growing up, that her father gave her options. It's either she chooses to go to school or to eat. It's a true life story. My mom, not my grandmother. That's my mom. The father was a real African man that believed in training a girl child is a waste of money. So she was given options, either to eat or to go to school. And when the mother insisted on hiding food in banana wraps for her to go to school, my grandfather found out someday and she was married off. That was how my mother found the love of her life today. Mom, I'm sorry. That was how she found the love of her life. But eventually, she married a man who wanted to support her dreams. And she went to school eventually. But now, what I'm saying is, those days, like if you follow the trend, if you follow the success, like how we have achieved the success rate till now, I'd say that we have actually achieved so much we were fighting for now. Because now every woman has a right to go to school. Every woman has a right to vote. Every woman has a right to decide how many babies they want to give birth to. It is not so then. Your husband tells you this is how many children I want to give birth to. If you want to break your waist, break it. We will have those children. Now, you can decide to say, okay, I want 2 babies, I want 3 babies, and that's okay. Your husband agrees with you. There are so many things. Women are seen, women are heard, but it is still not complete. It is still not complete. So we've been achieving it, but there are still certain places that is still not complete. More
should be done? What can we do? What can be done to like help women achieve this fight?
She mentioned about dreams. Women have dreams. I was gonna get married. I had a suitor sometime 2017, and the man said I was gonna serve 2018, and the man said something to me. He said, if I marry you, that service, you don't need it. I was done with school. You don't need that service. You don't need to serve. And that is because it's a waste of time. Even if you have to go, you'll be in my house. I have the money. You sit down, give birth to children. Service, meaning what do you want to do with all of those? So you don't need it. When I marry you, you'll be my wife, you sit at home. There are so many women that have dreams. Yes, maybe your concerns for us are different. You want us to be pampered. But so many people doesn't want that. A lot of people want to be heard. We want our dreams to be actualized. You should understand what are those dreams. What do you want to do as a woman? We are not just created for creation. So to say, I wasn't just created to give life. I have dreams. And that is why I'm a woman. I'm a human being like you. The only difference is the gender. All right? So if at this 21st century, there are still men who really doesn't care about the dreams of the women, I think that should also still be looked into. Let your women tell you the dreams they have and you support them. And now that is where equity comes in
definitely.
Feminism. Now, lastly, sorry, I read a story where a woman said she is working. She's working now. The husband gave her a job. She is working. The husband is a businessman and has 2 shops. The woman goes to work every morning. The husband goes to the other shop every morning. But each time they sell, she has to transfer every money to the man because he has the business, he owns the business. So all the fund, he manages his So when people come to make purchases, they make transfer directly to the man's account.
account.
And they close that work around 7:30 before you finish packing.
She
It's
goes back
late.
to cook and
If the man finishes first, he locks his shop and go home. Whenever she finishes, she finds her way home. And then when she gets, she starts cooking. Whenever it's like, if she likes, she should finish cooking by 11:30, 12. That is none of the man's business. The man goes home and rests, wait for her to prepare the food and come back. And in the morning, as early as 4, she's up trying to prep kids for school again. And she's going back to that same shop. That is more like you're living the man's dream, not as a helpmate, as a slave. Now, that is another aspect. If men should understand that the women in your life or the women in the society around you are not there, I don't know how to put it. The women should be heard. Find out what they want.
I get you.
Support them to live their dream.
Definitely. Marco, I'm gonna come over to you. Same question I asked that. What can be done, in your opinion, what can be done better in order to facilitate the fight for equity? I like to use the word equity because, like, for obvious reasons, equality is far-fetched.
Equality for obvious reasons.
It's far-fetched.
What
So
are
what
the
can be
obvious
done?
reasons? Biological.
Apart from those,
Is
or
there
like
any other
even let's just say, what can be done in order to aid the fight against feminism?
Okay. What can be done in order to,
aid that fight against feminism, for women to truly live their dreams, become who they want to be, and do all of the big things they want to do?
opportunity should be given. Yeah, for women. Opportunity, I mean, shouldn't be just work. Opportunity, I mean, can be motivations, encouragement, good words, like being able to share our opinion to you, and then you give us insights. Then encourage us, hold the ladder for us to climb. Don't blacklist our opinion. Like when we bring it up, because it excites us, we want to like share it with you. Listen, pay attention to us. We know our work. We know we need to, like, okay, for married women, our family comes first. But why still doing that? Will you be able to pay attention to what we want? Is it just the house and you? Do you get it?
Yeah, I understand that.
Just paying attention to us and then motivate us to do things. Sometimes we want to do this thing, but then we don't have the motivation inside. It happens to you sometimes. Maybe you want to do some certain thing, but then you don't know how to start it. But immediately, boom, somebody sends you a word of encouragement. You get motivated. So I think what can be done is opportunities, motivations, listening ears,
definitely,
and all that. And by so doing, we can actually reach like
the full potential.
For everything.
Definitely, of course. We will keep advocating for more women rights, inclusivity. That is why now we have a lot of gender-specific tech trainings, the tech boot camp for women, different listings just specifically for women, in order to like create that inclusivity for women. More should be done, of course. It's not yet over. We should continue to keep doing our best to support the women in our world and in our lives. But on the final note, I just want to digress a bit. Do you guys think that feminism has created some lack of accountability in women? In the sense that you don't have to tell us what to do with our bodies. That is why I think they feel like they are the same with men.
What to do with our body?
What to do with their bodies?
In what aspect?
Oh God.
What aspect?
That's fair. Like, okay, they say men are polygamous in nature. That's the mate that flies, yeah. So women too are now saying, if a man can do it, of course, why not? Yeah. You just keep, different men.
Answer him. Okay, sorry.
I'm scared.
No.
When you talk like that,
No.
I'm scared.
No.
Okay.
Now, has feminism created a lack
of accountability?
Lack of accountability
women.
In women? And then part of where you're coming from is now a woman feels she can do with her body whatever she did.
Because
feminism has not created any lack of accountability in women.
Yeah.
It's not even in any way
Feminism
associated with
has
that.
actually made women
Maybe these are
become
some of the
more
misconceptions.
accountable, especially for who they are, for who they want to be, and for themselves.
Yeah.
Coming to what I don't know why you spoke about the body part and men being polygamous in nature. No, sorry, I'm actually still answering you.
Okay.
There was a story I read, not like just a story.
Mm.
A lady sent her story to a blogger to actually publish.
Yeah.
She was in the UK with a man, and when she got pregnant, she became so ugly. She became so ugly. You know, there are women. There are women who are so beautiful. Once pregnancy set, you see, this my big nose now becomes tripled. My eyes is big. My skin is tough. It's no longer soft. Pregnancy changes people in hilarious ways. Now, she said that as soon as she clocked 3 months, that the changes in her body became so bad that the husband began to detest her. She felt irritating to the husband. The husband would not touch her. The husband would not do anything, and she wasn't working. So what she does is, in the morning when she prepares for food, the husband eats and goes to work and comes back whenever she wants. It got to a point where the husband stopped coming back home. I'm going to somewhere. And eventually, at some point, it takes 2 days, 3 days. When she calls the husband will tell him, I went to see someone else. You want me to starve? I'm polygamous in nature.
He tells the woman to her face.
He tells the woman, now listen. The woman now called back home. Mama, Papa, this is what my husband has been doing. Mama, Papa said, keep praying. Pray for the man. He's a man, he will change. Because he's polygamous in nature, pray. To cut the story short, the lady got fed up. Something happened and they were to be deported because the husband's paper, something just happened and it was going to affect them if they don't do something and they were going to come back home. Okay, she now found a white man. After she gave birth, she started working. The boss liked her and she knew. So she said at that moment, after everything, that even after she gave birth, the man wasn't still there. She gave the boss a chance because inside her, she stopped the marriage. She ended the marriage. She gave the boss a chance.
Inside her.
And followed the boss. Listen. Followed the boss, left her husband. The husband now started calling family, and families were calling her to come and tell her, oh, Isi Adirogema, meaning, are you mad? Is something wrong with you? Why have you left your husband? What sort of what kind of a promiscuous woman are you? Why would you do that? You have a baby, this, that. And she said she told her, Papa, Mama, pray for me. Because I am a woman, I might also be polygamous in nature. This is a story. When somebody, let's say, when a young lady who doesn't really know so much about life hears these kind of stories and the defense of men's bad attitude with being polygamous in nature, do you know what builds up in their hearts? It constitutes anger.
Yeah.
It constitutes
resentment.
Yes, it's unfair.
So that's why we're having this bigger section of feminism.
This is not a bigger section of feminism. I'm just telling you a story because you say women no longer account for what they do, sometimes even with their body. They feel they can do anything with their body. In those days, you cannot do anything with your body as a woman. Your husband owns you. But now, your husband doesn't own you. Your husband is your partner.
Definitely.
I can do anything. I am telling you to your face. I am telling you that I can do anything with my body. And that doesn't speak as lack of accountability because I am so accountable and I am so accountable today, tomorrow, till the day I leave this world. And I can do anything I want to do with my body. Women are very accountable. Lastly, men should not always hurt women because they feel they are polygamous in nature. No.
I'm not defending that. I was just trying to.
But that's, you do something and you feel this. In fact, not just you, the society wants to clap for a man who goes around sleeping with women, but would batter and shatter a woman who is caught cheating with one man. That is terrible. It is bad. You're a prostitute. In fact, they will send you back home so that Mama, Papa can talk to you. That is bad. But men are being applauded. If you come to that sense, you see people who are bittered, who are shattered, who feel it is unfair. I don't know I don't know why, but I feel it constitutes some certain form of bitterness in their heart. But that doesn't mean a woman lacks accountability because she chooses to do what she wants to do with her
It's
body.
all right. It's all right. Marco, I'm going to throw the same questions to you. What do you think? Is it true? So you have to say. Does it create that lack of accountability in women? Do you share the same sentiments with confidence?
Yeah,
You could talk
You do?
about something else, yeah.
So basically, it doesn't
accountable.
be accountable for
Yeah,
their actions.
themselves.
I feel like I don't want to cut you. You know, the rise of OnlyFans, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
New selling of nudes, pay $25 to see my this thing. I feel not that feminism is a bad thing. I don't know women having their rights is a bad thing, but it seems like since it became on the rise that a lot of these things started becoming more in vogue. They want to sell people want to. It goes for both ways. Men and women do all of that, but it's more in women. That OnlyFans, you sell your nudes. I say, well, come on, why would I be a woman and be starving?
Feminism has nothing to do with that.
So it's not.
Feminism strongly
So
has nothing to do
is
with
a
that.
Mhm.
That is why I
It
say
has nothing
I am accountable for my body.
Yeah.
What I do with my body should not be attached to the movement that advocates
Yeah.
women's rights and equality. It has nothing to do with that.
So misconceptions.
It's a misconception.
All right. It's all right. It's been an interesting conversation this morning, talking about feminism and some of the misconceptions about feminism. From this morning, we've heard from our two very beautiful guests who have told us the nitty-gritty of what is actually feminism and what is not. I mean, all of those misconceptions, they are telling us that some of these things are pure myths that are non-existent, are just figments of our imagination as a society, and it shouldn't hold any place. Of course, join the conversation on all of our social media handles, Diaspora Social Media on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and drop your thoughts, of course.
Yeah.
And we've come to the end of today's show. I've had with me Miss Marco, the lady on pink. And of course, I've got confidence in the studio.
My comfort self-confidence.
And my name is Emmanuel Chuma Omonku. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Oh, Chimo.
Marco, see, the real. That's what we are talking about.